so weird. What's up, Blackbird and Izakov? Enemy Manx. Gary. And then Zach. What's up? What is up? Why did last stream cut out? Fuck if I know. I hope it doesn't happen this time. I kind of feel like stalling for a little bit until I start the attempt, just so I can see if my stream is stable. I think I started the attempt like 10 minutes into stream last time. Let's see. I will, I'll wait longer, because it started like 5 minutes into the attempt, like the stream started getting messed up. What is OBS? Open Broadcast Software. It's basically one of the most commonly used programs for live streaming. And it's like, I think it's open source and free. I started the attempt. Started at 8 minutes into stream, seems like. And then it's weird, the YouTube stream seems to go down not as easily as the Twitch stream, because that one stayed up, and then yeah, it's so weird, it like went offline after 29 minutes, but my Twitch stream went back online after that. But I had like 3 different Twitch VODs uploaded, but only one YouTube VOD. It's so weird. Were you close on the solve? I didn't even start the solve. What actually happened? I didn't do the attempt. I stopped the stream and I stopped the attempt at the same time. Do you think your turn speed is limited versus other blinders? I think I have bad turning, like relative to people like Elliot or Tommy or Stanley. I think I just generally have bad turning compared to them, and they may have put in more time than me, but if they have, like, proportionally, it's probably not that much more time, so I think I just have worse turning. It might just be like an inherent thing, I don't know. Hey man, you might not remember me, but I hope you do. What do you mean, like from chat previously? What's up, James? Would you have had bad turning if you started younger? I don't know. Maybe not. It's hard to say. It's very, like, speculative question. How many 2x2s could you do blind in an hour? I have no idea. I haven't put any time into trying to do that. I only have like 10 2x2s. Thanks, Nanya. Yeah, 3 blind is very TPS heavy at a high level because, like, it's higher TPS. It's more TPS heavy than I would say 3x3 is at a high level. So I mean, maybe, no, it's probably more TPS heavy because I think at this point, to beat Tommy's world record, you either have to get like really lucky, or you have to have like you have to have 12 TPS, like on average, right? What is his average TPS on the 14 mean? Like the 14, 15 mean, it's probably like mid 12. So you have to have like very good TPS. It's like required. Does starting older even make that much of a difference? I mean, I don't know. This is like not really possible to know. Maybe possible to know, but like not with any of the evidence that we currently have. I do think that people make excuses probably more than it actually matters. Like a lot of people, I think, cope and tell themselves they can't get to a certain speed because of their age, but it's most likely a bunch of other things that they're not doing well that could be easily improved upon if they wanted to, but they like have bad mindsets. I think a lot of older people in cubing do that. Yeah, I think, well, I don't know if there's a gap between Tommy and Stanley's, like, 3-blind turning. I feel like Tommy might be better at, like, consistently having really high TPS. Not really sure. Because, like, Stanley used to have the 3-blind TPS world record not that long ago. He's very capable of, like, super high TPS. He's done like 14 TPS in a 10L 3-blind solve. Like literally got higher TPS than, not 3-blind, like on an average 3-blind scramble than Tommy had ever gotten. And that was when Tommy was already the world record holder, like 1 or 2 years ago. I think Tommy might just be better at like on average having really high TPS, and that, oh, he probably has faster memo than Stanley too. That's probably one of the reasons Tommy's faster in general. It's probably like a little bit of both. Is there an example of someone with ultra high TPS starting past 20? I don't know. Probably. I mean, ultra high, that's like a pretty high standard, right? Like, it's a hard thing to make any judgments on, because it's like, how many people ever have what you would qualify as ultra high TPS, and how many cubers start after 20? Like, if there might be only like 30 people in the world who have ultra high TPS, like world class achieving TPS, but like probably 99% of cubers start before 20 as well. So it's like, if there's nobody who who started after 20 that has ultra high TPS, it might not mean anything about that. How old were you when you did your first slice and first blind solve? My first slice? Well, I'm not sure what that means. My first blind solve, I was like 22, I think. I think I learned blind like a few months after I learned how to cube. But I only did like a few successes and then stopped for like most of a year. I mean, I don't think I have bad turning just in general. I have bad turning relative to like the best 3-blinders in the world. My turning looks like shit compared to theirs. But obviously in general, I have better turning than like a huge majority of people. I have worse turning than like pretty much anybody in the top 1,000 of 3x3, I would say. Yeah. Free time is the main thing. If older cubers say that like they're bad because they don't have the time, that's totally fair. Like, but I hear a lot of older cubers who say they're bad because they're old, and they just like aren't capable of being good, which I think that's cool. Thanks, Nunya. I think I'm really behind on chat. Did you succeed on the attempt where the stream died? No, I didn't start the attempt. I'm gonna have to answer this question so many times. I did not start the attempt. Yeah, I think Timon probably has like a slightly lower peak TPS threshold than like some of the really fast kids. Same with like Felix. He started young. Thanks, Nunya. I'm gonna wait a little bit more to start, just cause I don't want my stream to start fucking dying again mid-attempt and make me want to quit the attempt. So that was really frustrating last time. Basically, during last attempt, like 5 minutes into memo, maybe even less, my stream started buffering, and when that happens, I get a notification that pops up on my screen. My screen is like right here in my peripheral, and I see it every single time. It's like, your stream is disconnecting, and I'm just like, well, fuck. Do I like I just started the attempt? Do I stop and start over when my stream comes back? And then I'm like, no, I'm locally recording. I should just continue. That'd be really annoying. And then it happens like every minute for like the next 25 minutes. And it's so hard to make memos stick because I'm so distracted by like what I should do about my stream disconnecting that like 30 minutes in, it's like so slow. I'm gonna have like 10 minutes slower memo than I should, and it's not sticking well on top of that. So I'm just like, I'm ending the attempt. I'm too annoyed. My stream keeps disconnecting. Like, why am I even streaming at this point? And I don't want to do the success off stream. So it's like annoying as fuck. I was having issues with buffering on Twitch, but I think it's an issue on my end. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody else say that. How do you set up your 11x11? I've heard people setting up 7x7s as fast as possible. I just put silk, lubrical silk in it. Yeah, just like a kind of a small amount on each layer. Do you get 11x11 scrambles from CS Timer? Yes. Where do you get them? You have to just go scroll down to L by N by M, or L by M by N, and then L by 11 is like the highest one they have on that. And you can go to N by N by N, and you just have to enter length to adjust. Saving up for 50,000 GTSV ones, nice. My stream manager on Twitch is like truncated off the top for no reason, and I can't do anything about it. Weird. This timer lets you make 49 by 49 scramble, yeah. What's the biggest N by N mass produced at this point? Is it like 30? I don't remember. Where's Kat? I don't know. I vacuumed a little bit ago and she hates that. So I think she's hiding. Still 21 by 21. I don't know why I thought there was something bigger. What cube in the robot stand? I think it's the Super Wailong. The original Super Wailong. What does that look like to you? Probably Super Wailong. I don't really use this cube, so I just figured that would be a decoration in the robot stand. My biggest cube in pieces, I think it's the 11 by 11. For a physical cube not mass produced, 49 by 49? Okay. It's pretty crazy. How do you input a number into the N by N thing? You have to click the little gear and then the length. So like if you want 12 by 12, you enter 120. If you want 13 by 13, you enter 130. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Man, alright, I've been streaming for 18 minutes and my stream is fine. If I start this attempt and it starts going bad again, I'm gonna be so frustrated, dude. Unfortunate, Nunya. Well, you can catch the VOD on my YouTube channel. Just go to the live tab to watch it later. Come to India? Perhaps one day. I wonder if Worlds would ever happen in India. Tony Fisher has a totally real 100 by 100. I have no idea how anybody thinks that that is real. And it's really weird how combative he is in the comments. He's like actually mean to people in the comments who are like doubting it. It's hard to tell if he's like actually offended. If he's not actually offended, he's doing a real good job at pretending like he is. Thanks, Nunya. Is there a most popular buffer to use for corners and edges for 3-style? Yes. Well, most popular is probably UB and UBL, or not UB, DF and UBL. Well, for people, I don't know what's used more for edges between M2 and Old Pacman, but Old Pacman uses UR, M2 uses DF. But UBL is the most popular probably for corners. But if you're looking for like the, what is widely accepted by fast people to be the fastest buffer, that's going to be UF and UFR. Oh, you asked 3 style, so yeah. For 3 style, it's UF and UFR. I just rambled for no reason. Yeah. I don't want to start drama with Tony Fisher right now, but I've seen that in Iron. Have I read Sapiens? I have not. I've heard about it. I would like to read it. I just have so many other things I want to read first. I've been putting off finishing Dune for forever. Dune your mom. Forget where I saw that meme. Using a tutorial to solve Rubik's Cube is cheating. Wow. Shots fired. I'm so hurt. What if my friend taught me? That's not cheating, right? That's okay. The Rubik's Cube police are not going to come and find me, knock down my door. You like to sponsor by company? Not exactly sure what you're trying to ask, but I am not sponsored. I got this 11x11 for free, but I've only ever just gotten like a few random things for free, like cubes, very sporadically, but I've never been like sponsored and gotten money for anything aside from like winning nationals or something, or worlds. All right, I feel somewhat okay about starting my attempt right now. Rubik's Cube police just came to my door because I used DFR for 3-star wings. Honestly, DFR, the difference between DF and UF for edges is huge. The difference between DFR and UFR for wings is like pretty minor. It's like honestly barely better, I would say. Unless I just like, maybe that's me talking out of not like having really super crazy good UFR algs that use like crazy finger tricks and slice moves. Maybe with that UFR is better, but on the same ticket, I don't know if anybody has tried optimizing DFR like as much as people have optimized UFR at this point either. So yeah, I don't think DFR is that much worse. I wouldn't stress it that much. Alright, I think I'm going to start this attempt. Ow, dude. I sliced my finger yesterday. It's like a big flap of skin. So I'm hoping it doesn't get irritated during 11x11 solving. I have been cubing a bit. It hasn't been really bugging me, but Stanley's working on floating wings. I'm not sure. I don't really know. Probably. UF or UR, which is best buffer? I think UF is better. I have learned full floating. UR has some good cases, but in general, I definitely think UF is better. I wonder if anyone has quantified DF versus UF and UFR versus UBL. I mean, quantified in what way? With numbers, like how would you quantify it? Because it comes down to finger trick ability, and it's like so. A lot of it is like very subjective. How fast you can do things. Anyways, yeah. Glue that up. I thought about it, but it's not really like leaking or anything, so I think it's probably fine. It seems to have healed pretty well, actually. Like, all things considered, it didn't even bleed a whole lot. Bled for like 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I know Stanley floats settings. Full floating wings is like massively more difficult than centers. Alright, I'm actually closing chat. Okay. I got a new chair today. New chair buff is gonna go hard. My old chair was so messed up, it would like lean to one side, and I have scoliosis, so I feel like that was bad. What did I do? Okay. Alright, new chair buff. Let's see how it does. Sure that this is looped. Okay, it was not on loop. I'm glad I did that. Okay. checking stream. No drop frames. Let's go. everything. Is very good. I'm tracing X centers now. contact centers are done. Plus centers are done. turn left. Swings left. Dang it, that felt good. Huh. That's weird. 4 wings here. Huh. Timer lull. Did it not work the whole time? No, I started the timer. Dude, that's so annoying. What is wrong with OBS, dude? Like, look. I started the timer. OBS is just not updating the browser capture. What do I have to do to make it not do that? Capture cursor, no. Client area, no. Force SDR. I don't know what that does. I don't think it's relevant. I check client area and it refreshes it, but I don't know if that's like an actual fix. I don't know what's wrong with OBS, dude. I may have to like switch streaming platforms or programs because OBS has just been annoying lately. That attempt felt really good. I only had like a couple spots where I was like, I might have made a mistake, but like didn't really think so. Turn on the timer layer and turn it off again. I don't know what, like just make it visible, make it invisible, make it visible again. I don't know why that would do anything. Window capture instead of browser. Oh, I am doing window capture. I mistakenly said browser capture. Was there an update? I haven't updated OBS for a long time, but my Windows updated recently. So maybe I should update OBS, but I feel like every time I update OBS, it's a mistake. I guess this is so weird. This is such a weird DNF because it like kind of looks like it would be one of these slices, like this one, or no, that one, because of these wings, or mostly because of these centers. It like matches with all of those centers, except for this one. So that could be like 3 of those off, or 4. No, it does not. Yeah. But 5 wings, or 4 wings. I guess 4 wings actually does make sense for a slice mistake. So it's probably a slice mistake, and then like, oh, it's gotta be one of those. I think I did one of those oblique mistakes because it's off by like some obliques on a mirrored type, and then the rest could just be that slice. So that might just be 2 mistakes. When you are memorizing, how are you making sure you are memorizing the right piece, not like the piece next to the correct one? Well, almost always, if you memorize the wrong piece, it'll become apparent because your tracing will not make sense at a certain point. That doesn't always happen, but yeah, mostly you just triple check everything and be really, really slow and methodical. And just practice makes it easier. I noticed that going from 10 blind to 11 blind, that like there's the same number, like all of the same oblique types. Like there are no new types of obliques on 11 blind. When you go from 10 blind to 11 blind, there's no new obliques. But tracing obliques was really hard for me to get used to, just because they're in like a slightly different spot because of the plus centers, like dissecting them. So that made me realize that I was like really used to tracing obliques just in a specific way of like where they are relative to the center of the cube. My brain would just like go a little bit from the center to find the oblique that I'm looking for or whatever. And yeah, so it's almost like an eye muscle memory that you get from doing this a bunch, it feels like. Your turning looked more confident. Yeah, it feels pretty confident at this point. I'm still being like significantly more careful than I was turning on 10 blind. Just because of the cube mainly. Because of like this thing does like layer dragging super randomly, and so like every time I do an outer layer turn, I have to like really carefully grip the layer next to the outer, and that makes it go like significantly slower than 10 blind exec, because something like that would be a disaster. That would just ruin the attempt. 12 blinds when you meet new obliques, yeah, that's going to be the hardest part about 12 blind. It's going to be 20 oblique types. Highest keep someone solved blind, it's 11 blind. So one person has done it. Doing enough 10 blind to get used to that sort of thing is kind of outrageous. Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of 10 blind. Yeah, it does. Trixagon, unfortunately. That was definitely, like, look at that. That was definitely not a thing on my 10 by 10. And it will just, like, very randomly happen. I don't know, like, why it happens on this. Like, now it's not 2 seconds ago. Oh, look, now it's happening again. Yeah. Yeah, the magnets could definitely be better on this thing. It's like look at that. It even will do like this. Very inconsistent. So you have to be very careful and like regrip 5 bajillion times during an 11 blind attempt. That was my fastest attempt by 6 minutes. 540. Pretty good. All in all, it's a decent attempt. I hope this grind doesn't take like 7 years like the last one. I'm already starting to get to that point where I'm like, please just solve already. Just solve the thing. Yo, what's up, Dickman? The Dickman is here. Where's Graham today? What? My house. Oh yeah, I got my freaking stack mat to start working with CS Timer again. I hate updating my computer, dude. What it was, where you like go to the little icon next to the URL where it says this website's accessing your microphone. I had to like go into the settings of that, and it had switched to like my Snowball, I think, like my actual mic. Enix success was 235. Blind when? I might dive into that after 11 blind, like shortly after 11 blind. We shall see. Your attempts are an hour faster? More than an hour faster, yeah. I might actually be able to cut it in half. Wait, was that entered twice? Dang it, I don't know. I don't know if that time was entered twice or not. I'm gonna do another solve. And if this scramble matches this second 1794, then it was entered twice. Does not match. Wait, what is happening? C2Y. C1. That's weird. Do not recognize this. Oh, it might have entered twice before I did the scramble. I do not recognize this scramble, so I think it was entered twice. I was gonna suggest checking your browser mic settings 2 streams ago, but didn't. How many algs? What? Like that 3 blind solve? I think it was 10 to 8. For someone at your speed, what do you need to work on to get faster? On 3 blinds, it's pretty much equally memo and exec, I think. For memo, I just need to like YOLO a bit more, I think. I'm not reviewing anything, but I could do more 2-color memo and visual more stuff, and just like not care as much about like fully memoing everything. Other than that, it's just like sheer tracing speed, which I don't know how else to get faster at that besides just practice. Exec, I just have like inconsistent turning. Yeah, 2-color memo is basically only needing 2 colors of a corner to know what corner it is. Shots fired. Definitely don't think I would say that Luke is lazy and bad at blind. I just think he cares about sum of ranks and not kinch. And so, I mean, that might be like motivated reasoning, but you don't really have to try hard at blind events to get good at like a good sum of ranks, obviously. How fast? Wait. Oh, how fast do you think you can do M2OP? I don't know. I would have to like practice M2OP for a long time to get fast at it, and I don't know like even how fast I would get. I imagine that Luke Garrett most likely only practices, I mean, 3 blind might be kind of fun for him, but the other blind events, I think he just like wanted a success, and then after that it's like just for sum of ranks purposes, and you do not need a good 5 blind or 4 blind to have like world best sum of ranks. Jeez, dude. That scramble sucked. Thanks, Jensen. You guys want to see what video keeps me from giving up on big blind? I'm gonna go into react mode.
なんとなく生きてんじゃないですか。迷ってんじゃないですか。生き生きさい。簡単ですよ。過去のことを思っちゃダメだよ。なんであんなことしたんだろうって怒りに変わってくるから。
It'll just turn to anger.
未来のことも思っちゃダメ。
Not thinking about the future.
ならば一生懸命一つのところに命をかける。そうだ。今ここを生きていけばみんな生き生きするぞ。
Look at that smile. How can you not be inspired by this guy? Why are you quitting there? Huh? I just picture that when I'm feeling discouraged.
ず目標達成できる。だからこそ
Never give up. Never give up. Okay, anyways. I was just revisiting that video recently. Never give up. Being able to do 10 by 10 is actually nuts. Can't imagine the amount of practice. Yeah, it was not easy. It was not easy. Learning blind is one thing. People act like learning blind is like absurd and crazy and impossible, and it's definitely not. But 10 blind, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Is anyone cheering my big blind on? Yeah, man. Your family, probably. That's Ukrainian motivator. Do people watch that a lot in Ukraine? How often are you doing multi-practice for Worlds now? Do you have a goal for attempt size? I was not doing any multi for like the last month and a half. At least I wasn't for like since my last comp, basically. Whatever that was. I have like no multi-blind lately, so I don't even remember last multi-comp I had. Oh, I had one attempt in San Jose. I had to drive 8 hours for one attempt. That was my last attempt. And my next attempt is probably going to be Sat Quiet, which I have to drive 8 hours for in the end of May. Very fucking cool. I started practicing again like a few days ago. I've been trying out 12 packs again. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm just gonna do it for a while and see what happens. And I've just been doing 73. Probably for Worlds 66 or 67 is gonna be like the safe number. Nice, James. When is it? Oh. Dude. I slightly mistraced edges. What's a blind time in competition you're the most proud of? Probably 69 out of, or 59 out of 60 world record. Dude, 5 DNFs in a row. What is happening? It's the cube. Can't be me. Two weeks. Hopefully we'll be able to attempt 60 plus. Wow. What's your what's your standard for yourself to attempt a number in comp? Like just sub-houring it at home? told you it was the cube. Turning style reminds you of Brody the Cuber. Huh. I don't know if I really know his turning style. If only I knew ZBLL. Who knows this case? Fork style. At home -4 or 5. So if you sub hour, are you trying 65 at home right now? And if you sub hour it, you'll do 60 plus. Really fluid. I imagine if you did 3-style it would look like that. I think fluidity is like one of my main strong points, and that's like the big reason I have like good multi-exec is I'm good at not pausing for long periods of time. Think ahead. Three attempts on 63 is biggest so far, but have almost sub-houred. Mistraced part of corners. Feels like you've gotten much faster at memo recently. Sick. Alright, I'm just gonna do a few more solves and then go have dinner. Dude, what is my turning right now? Oh my god, it's so annoying. Cool. Let's go to 600 solves in the session and then I'll stop. Those 10 algs. Share the 29 DNF scram. It was, I think, 12 to 10. It's pretty bad. Could maybe be better with like a different pseudo swap and a float. Forgot audio. Alright, last three. Cool. What's up, Mar? I'm okay. How are you? Dang it, dude. What's up, Theo? I hate ending on that. I'm gonna do three more. How you recognize the solve quickly? Like, how do I memo fast? Just a lot of practice. Actual last three. Dang it. I shouldn't have done that. Dude, I can't believe I got that. I can't believe I got that EUF right. I had this 2E2E, and I was gonna leave it to the end, and then I did parity and realized that would mess it up, and I would have this swap instead of this swap. So I just did the parity and then did the 2E2E. So that was like tricky finger tricks. It's probably the DFR parity thing for this case. Sheesh, dude. Good thing I just vacuumed. That might be flipped. How do I do this? Whoa. Can't believe I actually reduced that to 3C in like a few moves. Alright, last solve. Rip. Figure out one pair. Alright, last solve. Amazing. When you put your finger on it in memo, what is it for? Float? I don't think I deliberately put my finger anywhere for any reason. Just coincidence, whatever you're seeing, I think. Okay, I'm reading somebody. Are you just living day to day? Maybe I'll raid Jasper Jazzy Pants again. Since we're talking about NZ in chat, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the GL next time. Surely next time it will happen. Okay. Next attempt be tomorrow or question mark? We are having people over for dinner tomorrow. I'm not sure when they're coming over. Unless I can get a stream like earlier in the day, which I'm not sure about. Maybe not tomorrow, but Saturday, probably. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.